We are live streaming on the internet via YouTube, and at the moment we have 10 viewers from somewhere in the world. I can't exactly tell you where because it won't tell me. But actually it's just gone up to 12. So I'd like to welcome everyone on live streaming on YouTube as well. Thank you for being here. Stephen McNabb, he's now going to take over.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. My name is Stephen McNabb. I'm very proud and honoured to be standing before you today. I see many familiar faces in the crowd, and I know that a lot of you have travelled a long distance to be here. Some from interstate, some from overseas, some from Melbourne. Thank you. Okay. On behalf of Rosie Brock's children's, youngest to oldest, please stand when named. Penny, Russell, Helen, Ian. We all extend to you a very warm welcome and thank you for coming to share in the celebration of our mother, Mary Rose Brock's life. Thank you. Helen Francis.
The song was first, darling.
Okay.
The song? I think the song was first.
Just before Helen brings us the scripture reading, we're going to stand and sing Immortal, Invisible, God Only Wise. Please stand. The words will be on the screen. Visible, God only
Psalm 23. Oh, it's up there. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you. A few descriptive words to describe my mother. An indomitable human spirit, unapologetic directness. I think some of us have had that one. Tireless, selflessness, resourceful, indefatigable, a beacon to womankind, and a paragon of motherhood. Early life. Born Mary Rosie Ingemells at St George's Hospital, Kew on the 17th of September 1934. Father, Robert Harness Ingemells of Westbury, Tasmania. Mother, Christina McDougall Kelly of Glasgow, Scotland. The middle of 7 children, Fonnie, Heather, Bob, Rosie, Wendy, Christine and Bryson. All deceased except Rosie's youngest brother Bryson, who is with us today. First home, 33 Terry Street, Deep Dean, followed by 42 Windsor Crescent, Surrey Hills. Primary school, Surrey Hills State School. Secondary school, PLC, which I think was Presbyterian Ladies College. She worked Saturday mornings at a furniture and toy shop near Camberwell Junction, earning 4 shillings. The return train fare to Surrey Hills was 6p. During World War II, she knitted socks for Australian servicemen, and upon leaving school, she worked for 1 year at the Shell Company in Queen Street, Melbourne, as a clerk. She enrolled to train as a nurse at Melbourne School of Nursing in 1951, aged 17. She was excited to live away from home, taking up residence in the nurses' quarter. Following graduation, Rosie and older brother, Uncle Bob, travelled around Australia for 18 months in a Peugeot van. Mum worked in many hospitals, including Alice Springs, Charters Towers, Cooktown and Darwin. Uncle Bob's skills as a plumber were always keenly sought upon arriving at these outback towns. Mum continued her nursing and graduated as a triple certificate infant welfare sister. Family and farm. Rosie married Ian McNabb in 1965. They met at the opening of the new infant welfare centre. Dad was the mayor of Keilor, Mum was the new infant welfare centre sister. They moved to the new McNabb farm, Oakbank Tullamarine, in the Melbourne River Valley. The old original McNabb farm that was settled in 1848 was acquired by the government in 1961 to make way for the new Melbourne Tullamarine Airport. If one knows where to go, you can still see the old farm tracks which led to the old homestead. The farm was mixed, dairy pigs, cropping and sheep. 4 more beautiful and perfect children arrived. Ian Andrew in 1965, Helen in 1967, Russell 1970 and Penny 1974. Life on the farm was tough, it was isolated, and she returned to work part-time to assist with the finances. For 6 years, she was the captain of the first Keilor Girl Guides. 8 of these guides achieved the highest level of Queen's Guides Awards. She was very proud of that. We had many camps on the property close to the river. Flying foxes, rope ladders, commando bridges were all set up by the Army Reserves. A terrific time was had by all. I doubt if we could do anything like that today with the insurances and legalities involved. New beginnings. In 1975, the marriage broke down. Mum, along with the 5 children, moved to a tiny house in a cabbage patch next to a bend in the Melbourne River. Penny was only months old. There was no heating or cooling and only the basics of plumbing. Uncle Bryson plumbed in a hot water system along with kitchen and laundry taps. There was no toilet except for an outside shed a good 25-metre dash away over muddy tracks. I dug the holes on a regular basis to empty the full pan. and in the hot weather the smell was all invasive. The shed was always inhabited by huntsman spiders, and also recall one day a large brown snake going out as I was going in. For floor coverings, Mum somehow managed to obtain old aeroplane carpets from TAA. If any of you can remember TAA, it was TAA Dance Set. Okay. We all sat around and cut this carpet up into pieces and we stuck them to the floor with glue. It looked bizarre, but it worked. It kept the chill factor down. We actually froze in winter and the house was stifling in summer. Mum shared a room with Helen and Penny. Russell and Ian shared a bunk. I had a lean-to on the side which leaked regularly. In these times, I really don't know how our mother coped or how we all survived. Mum was working full-time and did 2 to 3 night shifts per week at Sacred Heart Hospital. She had no sleep for days at a time, yet she managed to keep us all together, fed, clothed, and off to school. A new family home. In 1976, we moved to 109 Robert Street, Essendon. We all thought we had won the jackpot. Indoor toilet and heating. Fantastic. I can remember the major banks at this time denying my mother finance, as she was a single mother with 5 children. The only help we received was from a building society, RESI. I don't know if it's still going today. She managed a $36,000 mortgage from RESI, though she had to pay a high interest rate, and we were home. It was close to all amenities, including local schools, sports shops, sports and shopping venues, and Mum worked at Aberfeldy Infant Welfare Centre. All us kids made lots of friends with the neighbouring families. The backyard served as a great sports arena with cricket, football, hockey and motorcycle races, much to the entertainment of the neighbours, not always favourable. Mum purchased an Olympic-sized trampoline, which was constantly in use. On hot summer nights, Mum and Penny would sleep outside on the trampoline. The rest of us sprawled around on the ground on makeshift mattresses. Broken glass louvers were constantly removed and replaced due to the repetitive cricket ball accidents. Working full-time, our family meals were often a very rushed affair. Mostly enormous bowls of chop suey, fried mince, sausages and, mashed potatoes. Occasionally we had a roast. Chicken was only served for birthdays and Christmas. However, we're pretty spoilt because Mum made many chocolate cakes during the week, of which basically added to our diet. Choosing a change. In 1989, Mum decided to have a tree change, and she went to work in the Wimmera in northwest Victoria. Taking Penny, they went to live in Dimboola. She worked in the maternal health clinics of Dimboola, Chaparrat, Rainbow, Hopetoun, Minyat and Rapunyup. She would call in and see our grandma and Uncle Bryson, who lived in Chaparrat. Back to Melbourne. Returning to Melbourne in 1990, Mum sold Robert Street and moved to Diamond Street, North Essendon, and took up relieving work. She met and married Jeff Brock in 1993 and lived in a delightful round mud brick home on the same property as Peter and Bev. We feel perhaps that these were the happiest days of her life. Sadly, Jeff passed 17 months later. Mum, enjoying the Hurstbridge region, chose to build a house in Diamond Creek with views to Mount Sugarloaf. She enjoyed the challenge of establishing a beautiful and impressive garden. Many times family members and other willing workers had to shift plants 2 to 3 times before she was happy about its position. I think we can all attest to that. Rosie's children. Her youngest, Penny, left to go overseas and met the love of her life, settling in Yorkshire, UK. She worked as a manager in the travel industry, opened a child mining centre and studied to become a specialist nurse in the NHS. Penny has 3 beautiful children. Helen moved to the country and gained employment as a primary school teacher around Ballarat. She excels in painting and mosaic art amongst her hobbies. Helen has 1 very tall son. Russell started and ran his own very successful business specialising in chemistry and chemicals, which was based in Melbourne. He has 3 very gorgeous girls. Ian transferred to Adelaide as a regional manager for McDonald's, then studied his Masters in Business. Ian currently oversees the management of Baker's Delight. He has 2 lovely daughters and 2 handsome sons. I moved to the Mornington Peninsula in 1985 and continue to practice in allied health. My beautiful daughter Chloe is with us today. Travel. Mum was fortunate enough to travel extensively and encouraged all her children to do the same. She travelled most of Australia as well as overseas. This included the Middle East, the Holy Lands, Europe, Africa and Scandinavia. Retirement and health. Mum suffered terribly with osteoarthritis, which greatly affected her mobility. She had 2 knee replacements and 3 hip replacements. One of her hips unfortunately became septic post-operative. To those who are medically inclined, you will know that this required the total removal of the prosthesis, joint irrigation, protracted use of intravenous antibiotics. Mum was in leg slings for many, many months at this stage in her life. When the bacteria count was negligible, the doctors allowed the new prosthesis to be installed. Despite all, Mum swam 3 times a week, trained as a Bowen therapist, enjoyed gardening, bird watching, family and singing. She retired from infant welfare just after her 70th birthday. Selling her much-loved Diamond Creek home in 2022, Mum downsized to a villa in the village glen, Capel Sound. In no time, Mum had her little garden sorted and blooming. She enjoyed the activities there, playing bowls and singing in the choir, bird watching and meeting with other residents at numerous events. Sadly, Mum's health deteriorated rapidly due to frequent infections, falls, limited mobility and pneumonia. In October 2024, Mum had multiple hospital stays leading to respite care at Regis Mornington, which later became permanent care at Regis Capel Sound. She had not lived in her beloved villa for 6 months. Our mum passed peacefully on the 28th of April 2025. She had achieved the age of 90 years, 6 months and 28 days. This equates to 33,060 sunrises and sunsets on this earth. After passing peacefully, we came across a message from Mum to all of us. It read, "I am so proud to be the mother to each of you, as you all, in your independence, have travelled your chosen road and made a success of your lives." Thank you.
Well, hello, I'm one of Rosie's daughters, Helen, for anyone here who may not know me. Many of you know that Mum was a passionate Girl Guide leader for many years in Keilor, and I'm here to read a message from one of her 8 Queen's Guides who could not make it today. Sonia Prosek has kept in close contact with our mother right up until her last days from being a young teenager in the Girl Guides. "My dearest Cap, you taught me so much: loyalty, kindness, love of nature and respect for it. But most of all, you taught me to believe in myself. Thank you for being you, and you are always in my heart. I love you very much." And I can add that Mum returns such love for Sonia. And whilst I'm standing here, I would also like to acknowledge the incredible effort our big brother Stephen has made to ensure Mum was properly cared for whilst living here in Capel Sound. Stephen visited Mum almost daily for the past 2 years and ensured that all of her needs were met, enabling her to have a happy and fulfilled life in her retirement years. A heartfelt thank you, Stephen, for giving so much of your time and care to our amazing mother. And thank you to your supportive partner, Helen, for looking after us all through difficult times.
and watch us where we go, and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer when we lose our way. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe.
La luce che tu dai
I pray we'll find your light
nel cuore resterà,
and hold it in our heart.
a ricordarci che
When stars go out each night,
l'eterna stella sei. Nella mia preghiera
let this be our prayer.
quanta fede c'è.
When shall fill our day,
Lead us to a place,
guide us with your grace, give us faith so we'll be saved.
sogniamo un mondo senza più violenza, un mondo di giustizia e di speranza. Ognuno dia una mano al suo vicino, simbolo di pace, di fraternità. La forza che ci dà
We ask that life be
è il
kind
desiderio che
and watch us from above.
ognuno trovi amore
We hope it's so we'll find
intorno e dentro sé.
another soul to love. Let this be our prayer. Let this be our prayer.
Just like every child,
Just like every child, need to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be saved.
e la fede che hai acceso in noi. Sento che ci when troubles come and my heart still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Early morning, there's a message on my phone. It's my mother saying, darling, please come home. I fear the worst, but how could you leave us all behind? There's so much to say, but there's so little time. So how do I say goodbye? Someone who's been with me for my whole damn life. You gave me my name and the color of your eyes. See your face when I look at mine. So how do I say goodbye when I couldn't? You always saw the best in me. Right or wrong, you're always on my side. But I'm scared of what life without you's like. And I saw the way she looked into your eyes. And I promise if you go, I will make sure she's alright. So how do I say goodbye? Someone who's been with me for my whole damn life. You gave me my closest friend. And someday we're gonna make it out. Just hold the light, just hold the light high, high. So how do I say goodbye to someone who's been with me for my whole damn life? You gave me my name and the color of your eyes. I see your face when I look at mine. So how do I say goodbye? And there's no way you could ever let me down. Gonna steal some time and start again. You'll always be my closest friend. And someday we're gonna make it out. Just hold the light, just hold the light high, high. So how do I say goodbye to someone who's been with me for my whole damn life? You gave me my name and the color of your eyes. I see your face when I look at mine. So how do I say goodbye? So how do I say goodbye?
Crossing the Bar by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Sunset and evening star are one clear call for me, and may there be no moaning of the bar when I put out to sea. But such a tide as moving seems asleep, too full for sound and foam, when that which drew from out the boundless deep turns again home. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark, and may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. For though from our bound of time and place the flood may bear me fair, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar.
Quando sono sola sogno all'orizzonte mancano le parole. Sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole. Se non ci sei tu con me, sì. Le finestre mostra tutto il mio cuore che è acceso. Chiudi dentro me la luce che ho incontrato per strada.
sei lontana, sogno all'orizzonte e manca le parole. E io sì lo so che sei con me, tu mia luna, tu sei qui con me, mio sole, tu sei qui con me, con me, con me, con me. Time to say goodbye. Paesi che non ho mai veduto e vissuto con te. Adesso sì li vivrò con te. Partirò su navi per mari che io lo so non esistono più. Con te io li rivivrò, con te partirò su navi per mari che io lo so non esistono più. Con te io li rivivrò, con te
Thank you. Gatherings such as these just don't appear as a magical event. They take a lot of background, a lot of research, and quite a few people are engaged. I'd like to thank the Salvation Army, in particular the Salvo Funerals, Alison Footer, for all the seamless organisation, professionalism which was shown to us, to the family, before and upon Rosie's death. Thank you also for the Salvation Army Capel Sound for allowing the family to use this wonderful facility. Thank you, Captain Chris and Melissa. Okay. To the nurses, PCAs, management of Regis Capel Sound who tended to the needs of our mother in stressful and difficult and emotional times, a special thank you. Thank you also to the wonderful nurses which are on duty at Mum's passing. They were absolutely excellent. Thank you very much. Okay. Felix, for his superb playing of the bagpipes. I don't think I've ever heard such a fantastic rendition. Thank you, Felix. That was brilliant. To Sonia Prosek, one of Mum's 8 Queens guides, who kept in regular contact with Mum over the years and letters of love and support. Thank you very much. To our niece Gabby, for the most wonderful, wonderful effort in creating that that collage. That was just brilliant. Okay? You walked tirelessly. She worked tirelessly over days and days to project this for us. Thank you. To our wonderful, generous, caring and unforgettable younger sister Penny and husband Matthew, who have multiple recent trips back and forth from the UK, selflessly administering and assisting in Mum's care and taking over her needs, medical and otherwise. Assisting in emptying Mum's villa, pre-organising the funeral. We could not have done this without you, Penny. We could not have done it. We would be floundering and rudderless. Your siblings, thank you. Thank you to the grandchildren and great-grandchildren who in their own ways contacted and supported Mum. She enjoyed this, especially if she beat you in Rugby Club. Finally, to our wonderful partners who have provided support and love in these latter difficult years. Helen Francis, Kelly, Tess, and who can forget Matthew. Thank you again.
Thank you, Stephen, for running the funeral as well as you did. That's marvellous. Thank you. One thing I like about funerals is that you find out so much about a person that you just did not know. And if I'd found out earlier that Rosie loved rummy cub, we have 2 sets here. Also, I didn't know that she knew Peter Brock. My kids don't understand, but it's amazing to me. Somebody who grew up watching Bathurst and driving Tiranas. I had 2 of my own, nowhere near as good as his. I think you can all agree that what has been done today has been an incredible celebration of Rosie's life. And I just want to point out that we have our Salvation Army flag up the front and centre, and on there you'll see a white ribbon. We in the Salvation Army don't believe that death is the final destination. We call it promotion to glory, the final promotion. We are a military-based organisation. I'm a captain. And we believe that death is the final promotion to see our Maker in heaven. And we don't believe in black as being the colour of mourning. We celebrate by white. And that's why you see a white ribbon. Our kitchen here is in the middle of a renovation. It is empty, a bare room. So the family have decided that everyone is invited back to the Rosebud Hotel on the Peen Highway. It's up a bit north. It's an lovely old building. I'm trying to remember the term, but I can't remember the term for the life of me. But it's a nice old building and lovely food. So you're all invited to go back there. You've got a room booked, that's right? Yep. A section, all sectioned off for anyone who wants to turn up. So I encourage you to do that. Now, Felix, if you can stand and get ready for the recessional. Starting with the family and then anybody else that wants to follow.